Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time I got the Lord Vessel, and we're going to turn the Lord Vessel into our totally not creepy primordial serpent friend here, Darkstalker Koth.
You are astonishing. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the three souls, but your progenitor found a fourth, unique soul, the Dark Soul. Your ancestor claimed the Dark Soul and waited for fire to subside, and soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other serpent, Framt, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark.
What is your decision? I mean, we've come this far, so sure, yeah, I mean, it sounds good, being a fourth Lord and whatever, dark, sure.
Very well. I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
Jeez, these primordial serpents are just so flippin' creepy.
This is Gwyn's prison. Now, place the Lord Vessel upon Seath.
I think that was just a little bit of a text bug, or an audio bug. Ugh, I can barely speak anymore. Okay. Also worth noting that if Kingseeker Framt brings you here, he's hanging upside down over in this area, so they didn't just, like, completely redo everything. Just nice little personal touches. Also, what is down there? What are you? I don't know.
What is it? Place the Lord Vessel upon the altar.
Okay, alright. Let's do this before he gets angry. That big door right there, by the way, we will be opening way later in the game. How did you die? Oh, you just walked over the edge like an idiot. Okay. Another cool little cutscene. Apparently we had that thing in our pocket this whole time. Cool, so there's one orange wall gone. There's a second orange wall gone. And the third orange wall gone. Yay! we can now go to those 3 places that were locked off. There's actually a 4th place that we are supposed to go also to get... Well, we'll hear about it. We've already been to the 4th, is the long story short.
Very well. Once the vessel is filled with souls, the gate to Gwyn shall open. Seek Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls, then the gate will open, so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return to the Abyss. Entrust thine flesh to me.
What if I don't want to go? No, no! Don't eat me! Ugh. So yeah, there's 4, like, super souls, I guess, that we're supposed to get. And they were the ones mentioned at the very beginning of the game. So Seath the Scaleless Dragon, who betrayed his own species, betrayed all of dragons. There was Gwyn, of course, leading the charge. There was Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. So Seath and Nito are 2 of the souls we need to get. There was the Witch of Izalith and her children, the daughters, who are weaving all of their pyromancies and their firestorms. They will be down below the first of her daughters, who we already killed, Quelaag, so below Blight Town, down in the fire area. So yeah, we got all sorts of stuff that we can do now. And then the 4th would be the bequeathed soul shard from the 4 kings. And the 4 kings, of course, we already had to kill in order to talk to Koth, the primordial serpent, in the first place. So we don't have to worry about them. So hooray, we're already a quarter of the way done with the end game. Kind of. Oh, talk.
Well, I won't use it.
Okay, so I'm going to do something real quick here. I want to... I guess technically it's a weapon. I want to just boost the crap out of one of these shields. Doesn't matter which one, other than that it will be going away. We were 1 Titanite shard short. Okay. And then the reason that we actually had to come here and do it with this blacksmith is because when we hit +5, it's just like a weapon. Like, we have to ascend it. We could also turn it into, like, a divine shield or, you know, whatever, and it would change... Potentially, on some shields, you can change what damage resistances they have. So, like, you can make it more resistant to fire, more resistant to magic, or... In this case, it doesn't do that. Doesn't matter, we're not going to do that anyway. We're going to take this thing up to +10. Which I should have enough large shards to do. Yeah, we have exactly enough. Cool.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of them.
By the way, this episode is probably mostly going to be a bunch of silly little busy work like this. Now that we can warp, we can bounce around and do this sort of thing really quickly. But it's still just a bunch of goofy stuff that needs doing. Okay, back at the princess's chamber in Anor Londo. And wait for the elevator again. By the way, if you have enough HP, you can actually survive a jump or a roll or a fall from the top area down to here. Just barely. I don't know that I have enough HP for that, so that's why I'm not going to bother trying, but it is a thing. I've done it in previous games. Nice little shortcut if you have the HP and you don't want to wait for the elevator. Let's kill you real quick. Oh. Alright, you know what? Backed into the corner, I'm not going to deal with you. Might be a bit of a mistake, but... Yeah, they can't come all the way up here, so we're good. Just want to head over here and visit the blacksmith. I mentioned this earlier. The blacksmith does actually have something that I want. Well, he can turn things that I have into something that I want. Also gave me a chance to talk about other things that this blacksmith can do. This demon here always makes me super nervous because it's just right there, so we're gonna kill you real quick. Oof. Okay, giant blacksmith.
Hello, forge I can, strong I am.
I love this blacksmith. He's one of my favorite NPCs in the game. Anyway, so similar sort of things. He can reinforce stuff. He can't take them over the thresholds at 5 and then again at plus 10. He also can modify things. We mentioned this. He can turn plus 10 items into lightning items. See, so in this case, if we look over on the right, it would actually boost lightning resistance from 65% to 72.8%. At the expense of all the stability that we've raised through the upgrades. But that's okay. There we go. Okay. I was a little bit perplexed. So here, this other tab here, he will consume boss souls to produce boss weapons and shields and things for us. All weapons, no armor or anything like that, but we can do that. So if we consume the soul of the Moonlight Butterfly, we can turn our plus 10 shield into the Crystal Ring Shield, which has 90% magic damage reduction. That's pretty cool. But the one that I actually want here is, unfortunately, super duper heavy. But it's the Great Shield of Artorias. And this will use the soul of Sif, the wolf. The thing is, and we're not seeing it here, but if I had taken a sword up to plus 10, we could also turn that sword into the Great Sword of Artorias. So there would be a weapon option. Like, for each boss soul, there's 2 options, you know, and it depends on, like, sword or spear or whatever. So, like, the Moonlight Butterfly soul up here, we could turn our plus 10 shield into the Crystal Ring Shield, or if we had a plus 10 spear, we could turn that into the Moonlight, I forget what it's called, like the Moonlight Butterfly Horn or something like that. It's pretty cool. But then that, you know, that's a decision that you have to make. I can turn one boss soul into one thing, but there's 2 options at least for each boss soul. So you kind of got to be picky. I'm okay using Sif's soul here to get the Great Shield of Artorias. It's like the best shield in the game. Oops, didn't mean to die. Okay. So tower shield. So we're gonna gain a bit of weight. So it weighs the same as the Black Iron Great Shield. Havel's, good grief, Havel's weighs so much. And Havel's shield requires 50 strength, holy cow. But just taking a look, so Havel's shield, stability of 84, that's a lot. Black Iron Great Shield, it weighs the same as the Great Shield of Artorias. So we're gaining magic resistance, we're losing a little bit of fire and lightning resistance. Stability goes to 88. That is better than the 84 that Havel's has, and it weighs 10 less. So, best stability on a shield in the game. And if we check it out here. Shield born from the soul of the Great Grey Wolf Sif, guardian of the grave of the Abysswalker Knight Artorias. Boasts consistent defense and divine protection against various status effects. So I think it also has the shield, the spider shield property, where like if we're blocking and we get hit with a poison attack, we don't get poison buildup, for example. I don't know if that applies to every status effect or what, but it's really nice. I don't know if we can actually reinforce it any. We can. Ooh, Demon Titanite. Unfortunately, it looks like all it does is boost the attack. I don't think the stability will go up. And honestly, stability is the only thing I would want out of this. I'm not planning on using it as a weapon. Look at that. Doesn't that shield look cool? Oh, it's so awesome. And we're still in our medium movement range. So that's good. I don't know. I don't have anything else to use that Demon Titanite for, but 5,000 souls per upgrade level, that's pretty expensive. So I may come back to upgrade Artorias's... Well, I don't have to do it here. I can do it anywhere, but I may upgrade the Artorias shield. I'm probably not going to. At this point, I still want to boost my vitality and put a little bit more into, like, my strength. So those are higher priorities. After that, maybe. So there are a few more things that I would like to do. For starters, we're gonna push this down again, just for fun. And this is where we got on originally. This will take us, I believe, to the upper floor of the cathedral here, for lack of a better name. Or is this the ground floor? Oh, it's the ground floor. Ah, nice. So we need to check that out at some point, go into that painting there. The painting is a completely optional area, 100% optional. Do not need to go to. It's also my favorite area, I think, in the entire game. So I definitely will be going in there. Another interesting little optional side area here. So again, we got another one of those statues of Lord Gwyn. Try bonfire. That's an excellent idea. So yes, weirdly, there is another bonfire down here. There's also an item. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. So this is how I know a little bit about the Firstborn son. Like I mentioned that he was disowned. It's in here somewhere, there we go. Lord Gwyn's Firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring, boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's Firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to a loss of the annals and a rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. And I think on... yeah, that's fine. I think on here... Yeah, so the sunlight medal. This faintly warm medal, engraved with the symbol of the sun, is the ultimate honor awarded to those who summon the Warrior of Sunlight and complete a goal. This is your award if you ever summon anybody who's in the Sunlight Covenant, like Solaire, or another human who's in the Covenant. The symbol represents Lord Gwyn's Firstborn, who lost his deity status and was expunged from the annals. But the old god of war still watches closely over his warriors. That leads to some interesting speculation that, like, maybe the Knight Solaire is actually the firstborn son of Lord Gwyn. Just fun little rumors and things like that. There's not really any evidence one way or the other. Illusory wall ahead. That's interesting. Do I have... I don't think I have the ring that I actually need here. Well then, we will have to come back for this. But there is something here. We will come back for it later. I should probably... Man, I have so many rings. I need to do something about all those. Actually, I wonder if it's in the bottomless box. Did I put any of these away? I didn't. We can, though. Let's put a bunch of these away. Don't need that. Don't need that. Do want the wolf ring still. Don't need that. Don't need that. Ring of Favor of Protection is interesting. Ring symbolizing the favor and protection of the goddess Fina, known in legend to possess fateful beauty. This ring boosts its wearer's HP, stamina, and maximum equipment load, but breaks if ever removed. So if we equip this ring, it boosts those 3 stats, and then if we take the ring off, it goes away. We don't have it anymore. So if you equip it, you kind of are going to want to keep it forever. So really interesting idea. Tiny Being's ring, we'll toss you. Havel, we'll keep that. I'll keep Steel Protection and the Flame Stone Plate ring. I don't think I'm ever going to use those. I might. We'll keep that. Okay. That's good. A little bit of inventory management. Haven't done any of that on camera, I don't think. Where else can we go? Depths. Where does that send us? Not where I want to go. Well, I think we have to take the long way to where I want to go. Which is okay, it's just something that you've seen before. Are you still here?
There you are. I'll be heading down below shortly. There's no...
Oddly enough, Siegmeyer there is who we're going to go find in just a moment. So there's Kingseeker Frampt. I think Kingseeker...
Oh, sorry, fool.
Yeah.
You could not be the chosen one. Enough. I shall slumber until I am awakened again.
And Frampt is now gone forever. He has abandoned us because we joined up with the Dark Wraiths. Because we're helping out the Darkstalker Serpent instead of the Kingseeker Serpent. So, that was a nice little cutscene. Forgot about that. I'm a little bit perplexed. I thought we would have been able to teleport down here, or warp down here. Apparently not. This will give me a chance to pick up an item that we missed earlier, though. Or a stack of items. We didn't miss it. I just never came back for it. You'll see what I mean in a moment. As soon as we get out here, actually. So, this is the side effect of summoning Beatrice twice, both for the Moonlight Butterfly and then again for the Four Kings boss fight. There's a new corpse all the way out here on the edge. Ta-da! So we get the witch's hat, cloak, gloves, skirt, and Beatrice's catalyst, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, Beatrice's armor, which I don't know if it's any good or not. It's such a weird, convoluted thing to try to get, and normally the Four Kings are one of the very last bosses that you ever fight in the game. So a lot of people don't get it, or don't get it early enough for it to be useful. I already have all my armor fully upgraded, so... like, I'm not going to go through all that again on a new set of armor. It has really good curse resistance, though. I don't know, it might be worthwhile to try to upgrade it. I don't think I'm going to bother, but... Hat of the Rogue Witch, Beatrice. Almost all magic users that employ a wand studied at Dragon School. But Beatrice is one of the few exceptions. She braved the Abyss, but did not live to tell of her ordeal. So she helped us fight the Four Kings in the Abyss, but she did not survive her own fight in the Abyss, which is kind of sad. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by the other one, aren't I? Actually, this is a good chance to test out the poison resistance of the shield. Yeah, so I was right. We don't take any poison buildup at all. And also, look at how little stamina they're knocking off these hits. Do that again. Yeah. I love the high stability on this shield. It is amazing. Absolutely, without a doubt, the best shield in the game. It's not as specialized. You can find other shields that have, like, higher fire resistance or higher magic resistance, but overall, best overall stats in the game and the highest stability. Sure, we'll take a dunk pie. So good. I'm so happy with this shield. It's just... I feel complete. This is my build. This is my setup. This is what I like to have. I don't have time for any of this. Leave me alone, you stupid bugs. Graphical glitch. The rest of the wheel hasn't popped in around that dog. That's funny. Sometimes those textures just don't load for whatever weird reason. Okie dokie, yes, back down into the swamp. Hooray! I forget where you're at. I think we need to go over by the Great Hollow. We'll just set a checkpoint there. Now that we can warp freely between the bonfires, it really doesn't matter like where we set our checkpoints, because we can warp quite easily to where we actually want to go. You know what? Let's... I think you're here. You should be here. There you are. I see you, Ziegmeyer. Actually, I don't need to use any of the poison moss stuff. Let's kill a couple of the leeches while we're here. Just for fun. Old habits die hard and all that. Not what I meant to do. Ooh, one large shard. Not bad. Okay. Ziegmeyer, what are you doing down here? Also, are there any mosquitoes? No. Good. Oh, you're sleeping, of course. How silly of me to not realize that. Oh, you're so... Ugh.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've made it this far, but I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss?
Yeah, so he wants a couple scraps of the purple moss clump. Glad I have 24.
Fantastic.
I can spare 3.
A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation.
Pierce shield. That's the same shield that you have right there.
Well, our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn. The poison swamp. It's like quicksand in there. The poison's like...
Cool. Awesome. Glad to help out Siegmeyer. So we're making pretty good progress on his storyline. He's going to carry on. He's actually headed into the fire area, the Demon Ruins. Back down past where we fought Ceaseless Discharge and all the Taurus demons and all that. So we'll find him once we proceed down in that direction. Which I'm going to do eventually. Not quite yet. Dark Moon Tomb. There we go, that's where I wanted to go. So yes, I know I'm taking a weird convoluted route and then coming right back to where we just were, even though I still don't have a way to get past that supposedly illusionary wall. We'll deal with that later. For now, I have a fantastic note for us to end on. We're going to go here and we're going to deal with the actual optional area. Well, not deal with it per se, but we're going to get ready for it. I'm going to clear out all of these painting guardians here. Yeah, we're going to deal with you guys again. Shouldn't take too long. Just gotta be cautious. I'm absolutely terrified of these enemies. They have ended my life so many times just because I get careless and let them surround me or whatever. I know. I only got the attention of one of them though, that's good. There we go. Pick up a few more throwing knives. Not bad. Not bad at all. See if I can not have to fight all of them all at the same time. A knife sticking out of my head. I think every video game should do that, where you get hit by any sort of projectile and it sticks out of your character model. I think that's fantastic. Alright, you, I think, are the last one. Awesome. Cool, so I feel fairly safe here. So, that painting right there, there is something interesting about this painting, something cool that we can do with it to get to an optional area, and we will be doing that next time. So, thank you all for joining me, and as always, may the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.